writing's kind of weird. There we go. Copy Logic. I was recommended this book inside of another book. So I was reading Great Leads, which is one of my favorite books of the last year that I've read. I've written up pretty extensive notes on it. You can find them on my Twitter feed from a few weeks back. And inside of that book, it recommended Copy Logic. So I bought it probably a year ago. I've had it on my bookshelf and have yet to actually read it. So I was reading it this morning, and the first few chapters is walking through an exercise on how to give feedback on copywriting specifically in a way that's constructive versus just criticizing or I don't like that, maybe make it clear, make that shorter, like this kind of vague stuff that's basically veiled criticisms. It walks through it. So it went like detail for 30, 40 pages, exactly how to do this method of copy review. And I'm like, we don't really have an extensive copy review process at Growth Tools, but I do give feedback. In fact, I shot a video just a day or two ago giving feedback on a particular email that was written. And I did the typical approach, which is criticism based. I mean, that's not the heart of it, is to criticize, but it's like, hey, love this part, love this part, love this part. This might need to be tightened up, or here's an idea here. But mostly it's like telling people what's not great about it. So it goes on and on about this. And the whole time I'm like, okay, I think it was telling me what to do. And by about 40 pages in, I'm like, all right, like I think I get it, but I'm super confused. And then it did something brilliant. Instead of just telling me how to do it, it showed me and gave me an example. And I immediately went, oh, now I get it. And then right after that, it showed me a before and after example. And I'm thinking the whole time, like, why don't you start with that? Like, why don't you give me the little one paragraph summary, show me the before and after, show me what the process looks like, and then tell me how to do it. So there's this market, like from day one of the first marketing lessons I've learned was from Noah Kagan, and it was show versus tell. If you could tell someone about your product, that's fine. If you can just show someone what the product does, what the end result looks like, how it works, like that's infinitely better than trying to tell them what to do. So let me show you the example that the book gave. I took some screenshots of this. That's not the right thing. Here we go. Okay. So this was the before and after that the book gave. At the very end of this process, this marketing process or copy review process that it taught, it showed this. This is the before the peer review process was run. And the point of this isn't to teach you the peer review process. If you want that, go grab Copy Logic, or maybe I'll do a video on that at some point. So this was the before. This is what a copywriter sat in a room and wrote down as the headline and like first few sentences of whatever this is. And I'm going to show you the before and after. So I'm going to read this and then scroll down and show you a screenshot of the after version after this process is run. And the winner is obvious. All right. So this is the headline. Is direct mail dead? The copywriting revolution is happening in the direct mail industry, and it's creating huge profitable opportunities for copywriters smart enough to see it. Okay, so here's two critiques. The concept of copywriting revolution is too vague. Agree. The promise of huge profitable opportunities is also vague. Yeah. Okay, so this is what they came into the process with. Then this is what they came out of it with. Let me blow this up so you can see a little bit better. After peer review, we suggested copy revisions incorporated. Okay, so this is it. Is direct mail dead? Same headline. According to the Supreme Direct Marketing Council, mailings are down 42%. So why is the demand for fresh new copy up 64%? The answer could make you $123,436 in the next 12 months. Way crunchier, way better. So this is the before and after of the process. Instead of the book starting for 40 pages telling me how to run the process, it should have started with, hey, do you want to turn your crappy copy like this into amazing copy like this? Well, we have a meeting format you could use that's easy to run. And let me show you an example of what that meeting format looks like, and then I'll tell you how to do it. So then it goes in the next show. So this is one type of show, and show the before and after. Here's another type of show. They literally showed over the course of 5 pages, and I just took a screenshot of one of them, literally showed a line-by-line example of how the meeting would run. Here's what the leader does. Here's what the copywriter does. Here's what the participant does. Here's exactly, I just taught you how to do it. Now here's an example of it in action. Here's an example of a before and after. Now that's really hooking me in. Now I'm like really interested. The book just needs to flip it. Like if you're writing copy, trying to talk about your product, much better to start with a show versus a tell. Let me give you an example. I meant to cue this up ahead of time, so let me pull up YouTube real quick. Fiverr does an amazing job with this. I don't know if you're on YouTube or have noticed their YouTube strategy lately, but notice Fiverr's YouTube strategy isn't about isn't Fiverr based at all. They don't have, I just typed in literally Fiverr filming because that's the segment I want to go scream into, and you don't see any results for them until way down the list here. But notice what's happening here. Notice their strategy. And I don't know anybody at Fiverr. I've just started noticing this popping up in my feed. I paid a stranger $25 to edit my pizza commercial. I paid strangers to make a short film. I paid people on Fiverr to edit my commercial. I paid a stranger on Fiverr to edit my music video. I hired a complete stranger to edit my sushi commercial. And then what they do in these videos is totally brilliant. And this is Fiverr. I would have to assume this is Fiverr reaching out to these YouTube influencers. A lot of them, and I'm sure they do this in other industries, but I've noticed it specifically in the film and photography YouTube niche. They'll reach out to these people and they'll ask them, give them free credits, I'm sure, and have them take and do editing and different jobs using a variety of Fiverr contractors. So what will typically happen is, we'll see if this video does it. What typically will happen is they provide the raw footage in the few I've seen. They hire five people off Fiverr at various price points and then compare their before and after work. So what's happening is, brilliant strategy, by the way, for Fiverr. Daniel Schiff, 1.82 million subscribers. He's publishing an 8-minute video with 2 million views on it, showing how Fiverr works. But it doesn't feel like he's showing how Fiverr works at all. To his audience, it feels like a cool way to get your video edited and produced. Brilliant video. Just Google or do a YouTube search for Fiverr filming, and then maybe there's some of the other examples if you just YouTube search Fiverr, and that'd be copywriting, or maybe there's some other stuff on here as well. It's same logo, so design work. I paid 5 animators to animate my YouTube intro. I tried to make money on Fiverr for a week. I don't know if that would be the best one. I paid artists $1,000 to illustrate my children's book. Yeah, all of these are following the exact. You can even see that the title format is exactly the same. So Fiverr is orchestrating this, and they're paying people to use their service to make interesting content and to do their job, and then showing that to their YouTube channel. So here's the big aha. Show, don't tell. Or maybe even better, show and then tell. Show the before and after, and then tell them how they did it. So here's an example from the book Copy Logic. Is direct mail dead? Here's the crappy version. You ran our process. Here's the good version. And then, by the way, in the rest of this chapter, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do this. So let me take this. That's the big aha. Show and then tell. Don't tell in the show. The temptation and where our brain just seems to naturally start is, let me just tell you about what I do. In fact, just this morning, I sat down to write an email about a new service we've launched at Growth Tools, and I did all tell. Literally, as I was in my mind prepping for this Facebook Live on show versus tell, I wrote an email that was all tell based. So I'm going to walk through this email real quick, show it to you what I wrote this morning. And this is a draft. It'll be prettied up and hopefully made a little better, but it's a solid email overall. And I want to get your ideas, and maybe we can brainstorm together on a way to show and then tell versus just tell here. Okay, so this is the email. A potential subject line, I'll do it for you. Potentially anybody that responds to or opens this email, we could send them in a high interest email showing them this service. But I think it might be better if the first email showed and the second email told. But anyway, let's read the email. Main question for you is, how could I do a better job of showing this new service we're launching in action? Okay, email starts with marketing idea. Instead of trying to sell your course or coaching program to get other people to do it for you, think about it. Let's start over. Read it from the top. Marketing idea. Instead of trying to sell your course or coaching program, get other people to do it for you. Think about it. They have an audience. That audience trusts them. All they need to do is tell them about your product. But Brian, I don't have anyone that would do that for me. I don't know of anyone that would do that for me, promote my product. Aha, you're in luck. I just launched a brand new done-for-you service where I find 100 people to promote your course or coaching for you. Introducing the Lead Finder service. Detail number 1, I find 100 partner leads for you. You tell me everything about your business, then I spend a big chunk of my day digging through my warm contacts, past partners, and anyone else I can find online that would be a great fit to promote you. I video myself doing this for you so you can learn how to do it too. Then I send you a hand-curated list of 100 partner promotional leads. This is a 100% done-for-you service. Detail number 2, I personally guarantee at least 5 of our leads will promote you. I've been testing this service for the better part of a year to perfect it, and it works like gangbusters. In fact, 92% of my clients that use this service get 5 or more people to promote them. That's why I guarantee that you will get 5 partners to promote you in your first 90 days. And then a quote from a client, partnerships have been the biggest catalyst for my business. It has skyrocketed my growth like nothing I've ever tried. Here's the catch. This is the first time we've ever talked about the service publicly, and it's only available for one-on-one coaching clients. We have 15 spots available. Interested? Apply and schedule the time to talk here, and this would be a link to a place to apply and schedule a call. So this did, I think, a pretty good job of telling them what the service is, but it doesn't show them. Like, this gets kind of to some visual language here. like it starts talking about the details, I'll dig in and go through my warm context, video myself doing it for you. Like that actually was okay, decent job. Maybe a B level of showing them. They didn't visually show them at all, but it painted a picture in words for them. And then the guarantee, made a very specific guarantee. Again, didn't show them. This maybe went a step towards it in the testimonial here from a client about how partnerships has helped them, having other people promote the products for them versus trying to do it themselves. But how can I do a better job here in this email of showing someone this service? Just like in the book I was reading this morning, they described it to me and I was like, oh, I think I get that. And then they showed me just a picture before and after. And I was like, oh, okay. That totally makes sense. I'm on board with that. Is direct mail dead? A copywriting revolution is happening and it's creating huge profitable opportunities for copywriters smart enough to see. Use my method. Here's what you'll have at the end. Is direct marketing dead? According to the Supreme Direct Marketing Council, mailings are down 42%. So why is the demand for fresh new copy up 64%? The answer could make you, yeah, that works. That feels good. That's a before and after that like really pops. Here's an example of the process in action. So how could I do this with this email and still make it a direct response email? Don't send them down a rabbit hole of watching 7 videos or an hour-long video of something. But how could I very simply and elegantly add to this email so it makes the service immediately you have this aha moment of like, oh, get it. I'm in. Let's go. What would that look like? So feel free. Give me some advice here. I'm going to be workshopping this over the next 24 hours. And on the next live we do, hopefully tomorrow, I'll share what I came up with. Okay, one question to leave you with. I'm in the middle of reading Copy Logic right now. Shared that at the very beginning. Let me know, are you reading a book or did you recently finish a book that you really liked? I'm looking for my next book suggestion. I got about a day or two left in this one. I want to find another book. So I'd love to hear from you. What's a book you've read recently? Marketing, leadership, anything like that that you think was good? And I would love to check it out. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next live.